What's up? My name's Jesse Ray. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thanks for tuning in. I'm a snowboarder in Whistler, BC, Canada. If you want more snowboard content, click subscribe, set the bell notifications to all. If you have already, thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. In today's video, I'm watching Winter Waves. If you're diving into snowboard history, Winter Waves is one of the most important snowboard movies ever made. It wasn't just Burton's first movie, it was one of the first dedicated snowboard films ever. Burton produced it in 1985. At that time, most ski resorts banned snowboards. Skiers thought snowboards were dangerous. It wasn't fully established as a sport yet, and halfpipes barely existed. Winter Waves was Burton's attempt at showing the world what snowboarding looked like and why people loved it. It was essentially part documentary, part promotional video, and part proof that snowboarding deserved a place on the mountain. The emphasis was on flow and freedom rather than tricks, and snowboarding was much closer to surfing than skateboarding at that time. This movie captures the exact moment when snowboarding stopped being a fringe activity and started becoming a real sport and culture. Let's check it out. Oh my God. Oh man. Look at that steez.
Burton Snowboards presents Winter Waves. This film is an introduction to the sport of snowboarding. The snowboard is becoming known in the nation's snow belt as the new way down. Snowboarding is attracting surfers, sailboarders, skateboarders, and skiers.
Donna.
With similar skills of balance and quick-footedness.
Donna and Jake starting it all off.
Or carving down an untracked mountain. The sensation of surfing in snow is worth experiencing.
That is sick. Zero tail. I am loving this 80s aesthetic and just old schoolness.
Snowboarding has been in existence for over 15 years, but in the past 4 years its popularity has become overwhelming. The Snurfer, produced in the mid-60s by the Brunswick Corporation, was the first crude prototype of the snowboard. Today's snowboards incorporate much of the same technology used in the production of skis. Fiberglass, hardwood laminates, P-Tex, metal edges, even a binding system a lot like the shell of a ski boot. Although progress has been made in the area of technology, snowboarding is probably the simplest of winter sports in the equipment sense. The only intermediary between the rider and the snow is a pair of winter shoes and the board. It's because of this simplicity that snowboarding is such an easy sport to pick up.
Full send. Oh, I thought he was going for the grab. Thought he was going melon. Yeah, it's definitely giving like promotional video vibes.
Snowboarding is permitted by more and more ski areas each year. The new binding technology has enabled snowboarders to get on and off the lifts, much like a skier. Snowboarders are anxious to see their sport gain the same acceptance at ski areas that telemarking amassed in just a few short years.
Oh, ripping the moguls on that thing? Insane.
The rider is situated on the board in a sideways stance like a surfer. Turns are initiated by shifting the body weight and applying pressure with the feet. The upper body of the arms maintains stability and balance.
Look at those turns. Looks so fun though. Oh wow. Jeez.
Snowboarders from across the country have an opportunity to match their skills against others at the National Snowboarding Championships held in Vermont every March.
Different times. Just mobbing down the hill in a speed suit, in a race suit.
The competition consists of a downhill and a slalom. This year's champion in both events was Andy Coughlin.
All right, big weekend for you. $1,000, 2 first places. How does it feel?
I'm pretty happy. Couldn't be much more happy. Things turned out, it was really close competition. Turned out the best for me, I think. It was close. Had a great time. I think everyone did.
Where's snowboarding going? It seems like it's getting pretty popular. Do you see any end to it?
Yeah, we had over 100 competitors here today. I think it's gonna go all the way. It's just doubling every year. It's gonna keep going. It's the best sport. Board skiers go snowboarding. Yeehaw.
After this year's nationals,
Yeehaw.
team riders got together to travel for some spring snowboarding. Andy Coughlin, Mark Heingartner, Chris Carroll, and Jake Burton Carpenter loaded up the van and headed west. Driving through Nevada, Mark spotted the Ruby Mountains. Restless and bored, the boys decided to drive into the range and hike up one of the smaller peaks for a little afternoon snowboarding session. While approaching the mountains, a helicopter flew overhead and landed in a nearby field. Jake had been heliboarding several times and claimed to be familiar with helicopters. It didn't take the guys long to realize that when the time was right, a hijacking mission was definitely in order. A closer look at the helicopter confirmed the decision to go for it.
That's jokes. Could you even imagine if that if that actually happened today?
After that hair-raising takeoff, the boys knew that this trip was going to be worth
Straight to
every
jail.
trouble they were getting into. They landed the chopper just below the highest peak, and in a flash, the gang was off on their first run without even taking time to admire the view.
That's sick.
With a whole mountain in front of them, Andy and Jake decided to split off and find some different terrain.
Ooh. Nearly lost it.
Andy crashed, leaving Jake to do some riding on his own. It didn't take Andy long to get back on track for some solo riding himself.
This music is wild.
Meanwhile, Chris and Mark temporarily followed Andy and Jake's tracks. Hungry for some virgin snow, Mark led Chris on a traverse to a beautiful cliffside slope without a track on it.
That is nice.
Mark got so excited he tried to jump off a 20-foot boulder. The result was a good head start for Chris, with Mark right after him. Eventually, all four boarders hooked up on a traverse and continued to ride the next face together. Once they got into the trees, Mark took another fall and had to play catch-up.
That's sick. That looks like a fun line. Just the boys. Ripping fresh power with the heli following them. That's sick. That'd be one of the first times too.
On the last descent, Chris led Andy and Mark to some of the best snow of the day. once again, Mark got a little too radical and caught a face full of Ruby Mountain powder. Jake took an alternate route to the helicopter, and his gamble paid off, as he found himself atop a beautiful chute, all alone with some of the deepest and steepest terrain of the day.
Steep and deep. Nice. Sick shot.
On the flight back to the van, the boys had to concentrate on making their getaway as fast as possible.
Oh yeah, they stole the helicopter.
Once in the van and on their way, they all knew that they had experienced the kind of day all snowboarders dream about. So this winter, when you're tired of the cold and snow, get yourself a snowboard and start surfing some winter waves.
That was wild. That was crazy. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you could tell it was like part promotional video for, you know, selling the product, because at that time he'd probably just gone to market with them. Yeah, soul turns, sick vibes. Oh, backy. Yeah, sick film. Can't believe I hadn't seen that before. That is, yeah, probably the first snowboard film ever made dedicated to snowboarding. Sick turns. Love the vibe. Love the music was a little bit out there, but it was cool to see that in the first movie that there was a skit, and how that like skits have just kind of translated moving forward. Not translated, but like that stuck with snowboard films, and the skits have carried on. Yeah, so it was it was good. It was cool. All right, so again, my name's Jesse. Thanks for checking out my channel. If you liked what you saw, click subscribe, set the bell notifications to all, send it to your friends. Remember to get out there and actually shred, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.